I know a place that's hard to find and rarely seen by most, where the blood is thick and the hills are haunted by the rebel ghosts. And I've heard them tales from the days of old when them Varney boys would ride up the holler and through them hills, riding heeled on a midnight ride. At the end of the road in them Kentucky hills, pines grow high over battlefields, and if the pills don't get you, then the coal train will. What's waiting on you at the end of the road? That flintlock stock was wrapped in iron across a big sandy shore. They've carved their lives from the mountainside.
Alright guys, I want to go over a really neat boat that was leaving out of here Friday. It's a 1650 hunt deck. This boat is going directly to northeast Texas around Caddo Lake. We've had a lot of experience with boats going up that way. It's a boat killing part of the country up there. Those guys are really hard on those boats, more so than any other place in the country. I don't mean to offend anyone. It's just I know all of you use your boats tough with these mud motors, but that part of the country's got some terrain that's unique with a lot of cypress trees, more cypress trees there. There's got 27,000 continuous acres of cypress trees on Caddo Lake alone. So a lot of water to run fast underneath and throughout those cypress trees, which make the impacts greater. So we've done some things on this boat, just like we've done on his friend's boats that he saw first, to accommodate that. We have put 9 ribs in the bottom of this 50-inch bottom boat instead of the traditional 6 that we put in there. So we've had the gap between those longitudinal ribs is tight, tight, tight. So for places for stumps to hit and the bottom to flex is minimal. We have no hunt deck false wall here that's going down to touch the floor. So the longitudinal rib design carries through all the way back to the very end of the transom there for preventing hooks in the bottom of the hull. Of course, we can build a boat out of 3/16 as well. I can't remember, to be honest with you, if we did this one that way or not. But we can do that if that's what you want. But his design is really neat, man. He's got the lid pads that wrap all the way around. He had us add this little 45-degree angle right here because he thought that he would scoot around and sit there. He won't, and I told him that, but that's okay. We'll build you whatever you want. As you can see, that there's no reason to be sitting out here. The handle's going to hit you there, but he can move anywhere he wants to and lay his leg there, and it's what he wanted. That's what he's got on there. It looks really cool too. I like the way it looks. And then on this side over here, he's got his 9-gallon built-in aluminum gas tank. This section here he had us made for him as a trash bin. And if you look with the camera on the front here, you can see that there's expanded metal here in the front as well as on the bottom. You come back over here and look down inside. That's going to be for throwing, you know, Red Bull can or Coke can or Honey Bun wrappers or anything in there, and that drains straight down the floor to the bilge pump area. So that's a really cool deal. One thing he did on these day boxes is he installed a 12-volt plug. And if you take the camera down inside here, you can see he's got a 12-volt plug inside there. So he can drop a cell phone down inside there and charge a cell phone and close the lid and keep it nice and dry, which was a pretty cool idea. Same thing on this side. This side is the same thing, and it's got a 12-volt plug in it as well. All right, on this side here, he's got an extra grab bar for a passenger. If he wants to stand right here and stand next to him, he can have something to hold on to. If he doesn't want it in there, that simply comes out and goes away. Right here in the middle, he's got 3 seats. Now, these 3 seats can't be used at the same time, obviously, but he can sit one in the center, or he can put 2 passengers out to the side. Each person has a cup holder, and they have these custom bow rail handles to hold on to, and they angle them on the inside of the boat because, again, they're in cypress trees. So this right here, when you hold your hand on the outside, will cut your fingers off. This won't. So that's a really nice deal to have there, one on each side, cup holders. If you come around and look back facing this way, he had his own 36-inch wet sound bar. So that wet sound bar, we built the case for him with the expanded metal in the front. When he gets the boat home, he'll just unscrew that face and mount it inside this little protected deal. If you look inside here, you can see that the back side of that is protected by this shield right here, so there's no wires. This was a really nice area with a shock up here in the front, nice big lid. You know, the only thing I don't like about making these lids this wide is that the trolling motor, when the trolling motor is not deployed, it hangs over the corner of these lids. But he had a reason for wanting this that big, and it's not a problem. All you gotta do is tell us and we can make it like you want. However, if you don't have a specific reason for making it so big, keep that in mind, that making it this large is only gonna let him open this about boom to right there before it hits the trolling motor. So just something to think about. And he's got a nice hatch up front here for life jackets and throw cushions. He's got a spotlight kit, I just have it taken off right now, that has the wraparound style like we've done in previous videos as well, real low profile. He's got the recessed bow line holder in the front. And then, so one other thing this gentleman did, right behind the recessed LED navigation lights, he's got some recessed flush mounted side docking lights, which just add to the spread of the light that you have in front of your boat. Again, he's running through timber. What's left and right of him immediately is very important, so this is something that you can do if you're in that situation as well. Here on the back, he's got this grab bar is set up really nice with the GPS holder right here that you can move. It's got a twist knob on it. Same thing with this cup holder. But if you're driving and you're standing with a mud motor, then you can turn this to where you can see the GPS. If you take this and move it sideways to sit down, you can bring your GPS right back to where you can still see it. So the slip-on GPS bracket's a really nice feature to have as well. In the back of the boat, come around the back side, you can see he's got the extreme navigation light. He's got a sliding transducer bracket, the nice cutouts in the step with the backup lights. He's got two stabilizer kit spud holes in the back, something else he requested to have. And then the dog ladder pins in on that side over there. Gator skin paint, top of the line rig. He's got his own mud motor he's mounting on the back of it. Really cool rig, just wanted you guys to check it out before it leaves here Friday. Thanks.
And they chain them dogs and fly them flags and sing about the by and by. A traveling man with a ring on his hand may be the only reason you're alive. At the end of the road in them Kentucky hills, pines grow high over battlefields. And if the pills don't get you, then the coal train will. What's waiting on you at the end of the road? At the end of the road in them Kentucky hills, pines grow high over battlefields. And if the pills don't get you, then the coal train will.